Hi, welcome to LB0 Fox India Norwegian Adventures. I'm Morten, LB0 Fox India. And today I have something that I've been meaning to test and try out for a while, but I haven't tested it yet. So you'll be along with the first test. And that's the ATU-10. It's a small QRP tuner. It's related to the ATU-100, but operation-wise and look-wise, it's closer to the ATU-100M. Nonetheless, though, a small, compact Chinese battery-powered automatic tuner. And we're going to test that today, and we have a couple more challenges, though, because this is a QRP tuner, so that means I'm going to do this QRP. And we're in the middle of a solar storm. So hopefully I'll get this activated. And I do have a backup plan though, in case sideband shouldn't cut it. I got my Surface, Microsoft Surface computer here, so I can do Digimodes. So we're gonna do this first. We're gonna set up an antenna, and then we're gonna set up the station. Take a look at both, and then we're gonna do a tuning test. We're going to try to tune every band 40 through 10, and then I'm going to try to activate the spark, and I'm probably going to show you, as usual, a couple of QSOs, and then we're going to draw some conclusions. And as you know, I haven't tested this tuner yet, so the benchmark today will be if it tunes the bands. And antenna-wise, I'm going to use a Ribakov, and as we've seen before, a Ribakov is usually easy to tune on every band except 15. So 15 will probably be where this tuner potentially fails. So let's go ahead, set up the Ribakov, and get going. I'm going to show you the scenery here. I don't remember the park number overlaid. I've been here several times, but it's just so beautiful here down by the fjord. And today is all quiet. There's nothing disturbing the still water on the fjord except for a couple of birds. There's a couple of swans here, but you're not going to be able to see them on the GoPro because the angle is so wide. This is going to be a great place. It's a little bit chilly today, so I am going to activate from the car. So let's go ahead and get the antenna set up first. And in case you were wondering, this video is sponsored by AliExpress. And if you haven't heard about AliExpress before, it's an online marketplace where you can get anything. And by anything, I mean pretty much anything. And I've usually had good results with the stuff I get from AliExpress. And in case you don't know, a Ribakov is a random wire vertical, 7.6 meters long. So I'm just gonna pull this up on the mast here. And as I usually do with all verticals, and I've said this a lot lately when setting up verticals, as I said, I'm just gonna tape the wire to the mast at some, well, random spacings, just in order to make sure that it doesn't flap around too much. And this is the magic of 421 on. The winder is a Ham Radio Dude design, or Dude Tested as he calls himself now. There's a little bit of a short wire here down to a power pole, and that's where I'm going to attach the radial net. So let's go ahead and get the radials on, and we'll get this station on the air and test a tuner, because one of the aspects of Ribakov is that you actually need to use a tuner. It's a random wire type antenna. So we're going to get this tuned and get going. And what we have here is we have we have 8 5-meter radials. And we're just going to lay out towards the sea here. And I'm using silicone wire because that doesn't tangle easily. And as you can see, I can just pull each radial out. And there we go. We have the radial nets just spread across here in about 180 degrees. So let's get the radio set up and we'll see if the tuner works. Okay, sometimes things change though. My initial plan was to use the RS918, but I can't get any power out of it. So it's kind of hard to test the tuner when you can't get any power out of it. So I switched to the 706, which was in the back seat. And I've turned that down to 10% power setting here, which should be more than good enough in order to test this QRP. That does involve that I'm not going to get this activation done on Digimodes because I haven't brought my Digirig, but at least we'll test if it works. So first of all, let's check the power settings here. It's down to 1 out of 10, which means it's 10%. And we're going to change the mode here to ready. We're going to take the mic cable here and press PTT and see if it tunes. That tunes. So it tunes on 40. What I should have brought was, I'm going to turn the radio volume down. I should have brought my my G106 instead. Let's put 10 meters on ready. See if it tunes on 10. It tunes on 10. Let's check 20. Tunes on 20. Let's check 17. Wrong. We got to change the mode here to ready. Tunes on 17. Let's check 15 here. Mode ready. Tunes on 15. So that's the, that's the critical part for Ribikov, because the Ribikov is sometimes hard to tune on 15. Let's check 12 here. Tunes on 12. And finally, let's check 10. And it tunes on 10. Now, already before we've tried to make an activation here, we can draw a couple of conclusions. First of all, that the RS918 is probably a little bit faulty. And secondly, this tuner tunes. So I'm going to turn this tuner is supposed to handle up to 20 watts. So we're going to go up to 20% of power here. We're going to find a free frequency and we're going to try to call here and see if we can make the activation on sideband in a solar storm with somewhere between 10 and 20 watts. So that's going to be exciting. Let's go ahead and make a couple of QSOs and I'll be back with a conclusion. Park to park, park to park. Park to park.
To park station, come again.
Lima Bravo 0, Foxtrot India.
Echo Whiskey.
Lima Bravo 0, Foxtrot India, park to park.
Hallo Morten, Lima Bravo 0, Foxtrot India her. Du sterk og fin her, jeg borte I Feber der, som du kanskje ser. Du 5-8 her nå.
Mike 0, Mike Hotel Juliet.
Mike 0, Mike Hotel Juliet, thank you. And you're 5 and 9, 59 into Norway, over. Okay, it's time to conclude a little bit on the ATU-10. I am not perfectly satisfied with this tuner, to be honest. It kind of disappointed me. It disappointed me a lot, actually, because I had high hopes for this tuner. Given that this wasn't a perfect activation, though, I had some issues with the RS918 that wouldn't put any power out first. And then I managed to tune all the bands when I initially tried the ATU-10. Did, however, show some strange artifacts, though, when I went through the bands again, though. When I went to 15, and I'm going to insert a clip here so you can see, it showed some strange artifacts, though. It showed a perfect SWR on the tuner, but it showed a high SWR on the radio. Did the same on 12 and 10 as well. So, and I know it's going to be hard to read the screen of the tuner. It's flickering on video here, but I'm going to ask you to trust me nonetheless. Let's go up to 15 here. And you can bet when I do this, it's going to work, though. We're going to set the power to 10%. We're going to set the mode to ready, and we're going to key up. It shows an SWR of more than 3 on the radio, but it shows an SWR of 1.05 on the tuner, which is not reliable enough, simply. So that actually makes me unsure if this tuner is good enough. I'm going to say at the moment it's not, and there are some different firmware for it. I'm not sure if I have the newest firmware, so I need to check that out. But the state it is now, I simply cannot recommend this, even though this is a sponsored video. It is not good enough. You can still use the discount codes below, though, for any other AliExpress products, and you can still give me a little bit of contribution to running the channel by clicking the affiliate link for the ATU-10 and buying something else on AliExpress. But as of now, you got to beware at least when you buy this. I'm not going to give it a thumbs up because it's simply not stable enough. And I don't think it's the design. I think N7 DCC made a good design on this, and I've seen good reviews on the ATU-10, but I think this Chinese implementation of this ATU-10 is not good enough. If I can't trust the tuner, I'm not going to use the tuner, and that's simply the issue here. So even though it was a bit of a, let's call it chaotic activation, I managed to activate, though, on somewhere between 5 and 10 watts out on the 706. I got 19 in the logs, mostly Europe, and then Victor Echo 9 Charlie Fox, Stewart over in Nova Scotia. So I'm happy with getting the park on the air. I'm not happy with my equipment choices today, and that's sometimes ham radios like that. It's not a perfect activation every time, even though us YouTubers make it look like a perfect activation every time. So, yeah, I'm still happy, though. I made the activation. I'm not happy about the tuner, but I'll let that be. I have other tuners that I can use, so not a big issue for me. But at least if you're going to get one of these, beware that quality might not be what you expect. And that's enough babbling for now. I'll see you down the bands. I'll see you in my next video. Give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Consider subscribing, consider channel membership. I'll see you down the bands and in my next video. 7-3, my friends.